Now, the name soon to be heard around the universe is Mr. MikeTV.
Welcome to the most must-see channel. Welcome to MikeTV. And on today's episode, I will be discussing my top 10 attractions at Universal Studios Florida. Universal Studios Florida opened in 1990 and has seen many attractions come and go. Only one attraction left still stands today at Universal Studios Florida. Now this park was based off a movie production park, has lots of different sound studios all throughout it. Throughout all the attractions here at the park, I will be giving you a top 10 list in my personal opinion of what I think is the best top 10 at Universal Studios Florida. Starting with number 10, Illumination's VillainCon Minion Blast. Now this is Universal Studios Florida, one of the newest attractions that came to the park. It is a very interesting ride. It replaced Shrek 4D, which was a theater show. So this had limited space to work with, and I thought it was very interesting that I went with a moving walkway attraction, similar to what you encounter at the airports or when you're entering City Walk, the moving walkways where you stand on it and it brings you from one point to another. This is a shooting style attraction where a guest stands on a dot, they give you a minion blaster, and you shoot targets that are on screens. You go through very cool themed rooms, and the cool thing about this attraction, if you download the Universal app, you can actually sync your app to the blaster. So every time you ride, it keeps track of your store and you can unlock different achievements and different challenges every time you ride. It's not the best attraction, but it is worthy of my number 10 spot. I just think there are other attractions at this park that are worse, that I'm not really a fan of. But yeah, number 10, VillainCon Minion Blast. At number 9, we are going to London King's Cross Station, and we are going to ride the Hogwarts Express. Now, number 9, Hogwarts Express, you will be riding it from King's Cross Station over to Hogsmeade. Now, this is one of the better queues in the park because you walk through King's Cross Station, and this is the side of Hogwarts Express where you actually get to walk through platform 9 3/4. This part of the line always holds up a little bit because people want to get a video or a picture of them running through the wall. Even going over to Hogsmeade on the train, you get a very cool show. You see very cool features on both sides. So make sure you look out the window as well as the doorway where you just entered the cabin. So it's a dual-sided show. It's very interesting to see. Now, of course, you cannot ride this attraction unless you have a park-to-park ticket, because this takes you from Universal Studios Florida over to Islands of Adventure, and that is the only way you can experience this attraction. Coming in at number 8 on my list is the Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket. Now, this attraction is a roller coaster. You cannot miss it as soon as you enter the park because you can see it from City Walk, and you basically see it from any area throughout Universal Studios Florida. It's iconic for its 90-degree lift hill, which takes you straight up, and it looks like it does a inversion, but it actually does not. It's one of the more or less themed attractions here, but it's still a pretty fun ride. The last time I rode it, it was a little bit rough. There are high rumors that this attraction will be closing in 2025 to make space for something else that's a worthy replacement. It's in an awkward spot now because it's right kind of in the middle of Minion Land and kind of in New York. And the production central area where it was located is kind of very minuscule now. It's just Rip Ride Rocket and Music Stage Plaza. So definitely a worth a ride. You get to choose a soundtrack to ride with, which is kind of cool, but they've limited it to very few song selections now, unfortunately. But the secret song list is still available if you want to try it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, definitely Google it. It gives you a lot more options to choose from. Coming in at number 7 is the Horror Makeup Show. Now this show is located in the Hollywood section of the park. It is not where you really think. You know, when people think it's a horror makeup show, they might think it's a little scary. And yeah, it is a little scary, but it's way more comedic. It's a great time. You get to catch some AC, you get to sit down for an extended period of time, and you get to watch a great show. This is one of our favorite things to do when we visit the parks. It's a great way to cool off, especially if you're visiting during the hot times of the year, and if it's middle of the day, you kind of get a little tired. Catch this show. It's very fun, very entertaining. It's different every time, which makes it makes you want to come back and do it again because you don't know what you're going to get. You're going to have different actors in the show, and you're going to have different stories throughout the show. It is a live show based off of the Universal Classic Monsters. Coming in at number 6 is Transformers The Ride 3D. This ride is located in Production Central of Universal Studios Florida, and it is a dark ride simulation with real props mixed with screen. Very similar to Spider-Man, The Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man over at Islands of Adventure. It's basically a copycat attraction, but Transformers themed. I think this is a great ride. Not as good as Spider-Man, but definitely worth a ride. The queue is very cool. A lot of activity going on, and yes, it is a 3D ride. One of the few remaining at Universal Orlando Resort now, because it seems every year one ride gets plucked from 3D to 2D. This is one of the 3D attractions still going on today. It's a great ride. At number 5, I have the Bourne Stuntacular. Now this is a live show located also in Hollywood section of the park. I'm not a Bourne fan at all. I know really nothing about them. So going into the show, I've heard that it was pretty good, but I didn't know what to expect. And my God, I was blown away the first time I've seen this. Every time I visit the parks, it's a must-do. It's so good. It blows my mind every time I see this show. It's just, there's nothing else like it in the theme parks that I've been to, at least. It's just groundbreaking. It's technologically advanced. If you know nothing about Bourne like I do, I definitely still recommend seeing it. It's a great show. Again, great AC. You get to sit down for a long period of time. It's a great breakthrough in your day, and you get to see a great show. Coming in at number 4 is Men in Black Alien Attack. Now this is located in World Expo, way in the back of the park. This is a shooting attraction instead of the one I said before where you're standing. You're in a vehicle, a seated vehicle that spins and turns while you blast aliens. Great ride, many different animatronics, so much fun. It has great re-rideability because you keeps your score. You want to beat your friends. You want to see if you can, make sure you push that button at the end of the attraction. You get a bunch of bonus points. Yes, this ride can use a little bit of love. It needs a refurb, but it's still such a great attraction here at the parks. I enjoy it so much. Every time I go, I have to ride Men in Black multiple times. At number 3, the only opening day attraction still operating at Universal Studios Florida is the E.T. Adventure. This is one of the only real dark rides in the park, slow-moving dark ride where you sit on E.T.'s bike and he takes you on a great adventure. Starting in the queue, walking through the forest with that amazing forest pine smell that E.T. Adventure is known for. It's just a great attraction, great nostalgia. Still in 2024 lives up to attraction quality. They just made a brand new E.T. Adventure sign. It looks amazing. I'm so glad they keep giving this ride the love it deserves, because all of us Universal fans, we love this ride. We don't want it to leave, and we want you to just continue to make it better and keep it up to date. We don't want it to slack. It's a great attraction. One of the only few slow dark rides at Universal. It's just iconic. It really is iconic. Coming in at number 2 is Harry Potter and the Escape from Gringotts. This is located in Diagon Alley. This is the attraction inside Gringotts Bank. First of all, this ride has an amazing queue. You walk through Gringotts Bank, you see all the animatronic goblins. Every one of them moves. You walk through the vaults, you go down an elevator, and this ride is so cool because it also mixes 3D screens with real immersive props. And it's not a standard coaster. It spins, it tilts, it drops, it launches. It's just a great attraction. They really hit it on the head with all these Harry Potter attractions. Not quite coming in at number 1, but is a well-worthy number 2 spot on my list. And coming in at number 1 is Revenge of the Mummy. This is an attraction located in New York City based off the Mummy franchise from the early 2000s with Brendan Fraser. It was amazing. It really sets the tone of what you're about to experience on the ride. Lots of different activities you can do while on the queue. A lot of people don't know about it, but there's a few different things you touch that can activate certain senses throughout the queue, and it's very cool. Once you get on this attraction, it's a nice slow-moving dark ride. picks up a little bit of speed. Great sets in this ride. The sets are blow me away every single time. The effects, the fire, the water, the drops. It's just a great attraction. Revenge of the Mummy, definitely number one. It's honestly one of the best rides I've ever been on. It's part coaster, great coaster parts, great dark ride parts, great sets. Revenge of the Mummy is my favorite attraction here at Universal Studios Florida. It's just breathtaking, it's immersive, it hits all the spots. It hits all the spots. Thanks for tuning in to MikeTV. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, and I'd like to hear from you what your top 10 attractions are at the park. If you agree, if you disagree, if you want to swap something in, swap something out, please let me know, and subscribe to my channel for more Universal Orlando content.